What up, it's your boy Dayton. Welcome back to another episode of the Unbiased Sports Fan Podcast. Round one of the NBA playoffs are completed. Today I have Paul back on here with me to get his thoughts on the first round winners, and we'll briefly dive into the second round a little bit. If you watched episode 10, though, everybody knows Paul. He's a huge ball knower, knows what he's talking about. And also, him and LATOYA, they got a lunch hour podcast. So make sure you go check them out across all platforms. Paul, welcome back, my man.
Thanks for having me back, my friend.
Yes, sir. What of round one? Three game sevens? I think
Uh, Not on my bingo card.
no, I think it was three game sevens, which
It was
two
the Pistons, Magics, Cavaliers, Raptors, and I believe,
Celtics, right?
yeah, that one.
Dude, I
That
cannot
one.
believe I can't believe the Sixers won refing.
Like, I just, in my mind, I'm like, the Celtics were the heavy on favorite to win it all out of the East.
Right.
And you had these people three up.
Right.
You were up three, and you were up three convincingly.
As a heavy favorite. Every
And then
game.
you just lose four straight.
That's crazy. I think there's a big difference between that one and then the Pistons coming back. Now, Pistons coming back from 3-1, the way Orlando was playing, we talked about that last time on here, is a heck of an accomplishment. But when you're the number two seed and the seven seed comes back on you, that's way different.
Like that's worse.
Oh yeah, by far.
And you gotta sit on that till next year.
I know,
Regardless what happens to the 76ers with the Knicks, you have to sit on it for all off season. You blew a 3-0 lead.
dude. And what's crazy is I think I heard now, you never know what's true and what's not, but Jaylen Brown, I think he was live streaming and he said it was his
Oh, he got
favorite
fined.
favorite year. He got fined for talking,
He got fined. He just got hit with a fine. I think it was, let me pull it up. The alert literally came on. It just happened.
but during that same stream, he said it was his favorite year yet. It's like whatever. I guess he did get to take over the team a little bit this year.
They fined him. For criticizing the refs.
Yeah, he did say a lot of that too.
I'm like,
At that point, you can't even blame the refs if you lose that many in a row.
Jaylen Brown, you pretty much had this team in the palm of your hand all season, minus the last month when Tatum came back. But this was
Right.
literally your team for majority of the season. So you were even Tatum coming back, in my eyes, this year, this team was yours. So
Right.
I feel like this loss is more on you than it is on Tatum.
Tatum. Yeah. Because I mean, he's up there. He's not like some no-name player that came in and just went off. Everybody knows Jaylen Brown. Everybody knows he can lead a team.
You're NBA Finals MVP.
You're right. I cannot believe it, man.
3-0 lead just
Oh
gone.
my goodness. That's a
And you
two
lost
seed.
at home. You
Yeah.
had to you got embarrassed at home.
Two times, right? Yeah, game five
Yeah.
and game seven.
Like
I can't believe it. Dude, I would have probably bet
like that's a
anything
collapse.
that Celtics would have won that game seven.
I thought
I
they were
think
gonna close it
everybody
out
was.
4-0.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that. But then even coming back, dude, it's what they want in Boston. They can handle the pressure. Obviously not though. I
I
can't.
don't
I
know. It
can't
was
believe
it
that was
was
such
it
a.
was weird.
It was
It
such
was
a
weird.
shock to
Yes.
everybody, and that's how you know it's crazy.
Because like all four matchups, that one seemed like it was just in the bag. Because everyone else, with the Pistons going down 3-1, but they kept fighting back. The Cavaliers and the Raptors, they kept going back and forth. The Knicks and the Hawks, they
Right.
had
In the
here
beginning,
and
yeah.
there. But I'm like, it was all pretty back and forth. That was the only game that was like, serve it on a silver platter. Here you go is a W.
That was comparable to like the Thunder and Suns
Right.
almost.
Like
Not
it
as
almost
bad,
was
but yeah.
it was a foregone conclusion that this series was going to Boston.
I cannot believe it, man. Like that's the most. I mean, that's probably the most shocking upset in years.
That's a major collapse for a team like Boston. with the pedigree that team is and the franchise history and everything they've accomplished in that franchise to just have this kind of in the first round.
Right, and you can't make an excuse Tatum didn't play the game seven because y'all were winning like crazy without him. This is
Y'all
Jalen
got the
Brown's
second
team,
seed without him.
right? And there's no excuse for that.
No, no.
Have they talked about? I mean, obviously, the coach he probably won't go nowhere, but
I don't think they're gonna trade anybody. I think everybody's pretty much safe. It's just I'm pretty sure for a while there's gonna be rumors, trade here, trade that. If anything happens between Brown or Tatum being traded, it would be a a tremendous shock
yeah,
to Boston if that happens, because I feel like Boston needs Tatum and Brown to be together to continue to be a contender, especially in the East, and just to be able to compete with the team in the West.
right. I
If
agree with
you
that.
trade one of them two, it better be for something that is going to be injecting something into that team immediately.
Right, because I feel like yeah, they can both handle a
Everybody else
team.
is everybody else is touchable.
Right, right. Yeah, man, yeah. You can trade anybody else, but you can't trade those two guys. That's your team. That's the faces of Boston. If one goes, I just feel like it's. I feel like they can win without one, but I feel like it's just going to bring like a whole weight on them
Oh yeah.
if they get rid of one. They've been calling for people to get fired. All this.
It's
It,
going to be a
it, it would.
domino effect.
I think you're right though. I don't see any of them getting traded.
I don't
Those two.
I don't see anybody getting moved. I don't even think like Derek White, most of those core players, I don't think they're going to
Pritchard,
get
yeah,
touched. Pritchard, I think they're fine. I just think they got to reevaluate what the hell happened in those
yeah,
4 games and just be like, how did we allow this collapse to happen?
right. Because they didn't. I don't even think they lost 4 games in the season in a row.
But like, you literally all you had to do was win one out of the next 4
And
games.
you have
Like
two of
that's
them at
all you had
home.
to do. Like that is all you had to do.
It's wild, man. I still can't believe that one.
Even if
No,
you lost game 4, right? You're going home for game 5. How did you not close it out?
no, I know. I have no words, honestly, because
Like
that's probably the
now I
most
gotta look
shocking
up that
thing ever.
last game. I gotta look up this last game just to because that last game didn't make no sense to me. They lost by 9.
Hmm.
Nobody you had Maxi, you got VJ and Joel going for 20, 23, 30, 34, and Maxi and Embiid got double doubles. Nobody showed up
Yeah,
for
switching
Boston.
over to I mean, Embiid's looking like another player right now.
Now, well, last
Right.
night.
Oh yeah.
But like you got Jalen Brown and Derek White were the only people and Quetta in Boston that had even any kind of impact. But you got Derek White shooting 9 for 26
You
from the
can't
field.
have that. We talked about this last
And
episode
then
too.
you got Ron Harper, Luke Garza, and skiing whatever his name, Baylor, 0 points. The only people that scored double digits was Pritchard, Queta, Hauser, White, and Brown.
That's crazy. Dude, remember when we talked about this? It was another team, and we were like, if the
It
starters,
was
you got to
Denver.
have somebody come in and be able to score off the bench, and your starters need to be up there at around 10, and they didn't.
The fact that nobody scored, 3 out of your 5 starters didn't score a point.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like that's nuts. But
And like basketball stuff happens, but 4 games in a row, that's where I can't get my head out of. Like, that's crazy.
it's nuts.
Switching over to the other side, the Pistons,
They
they
pulled
came
off a
back.
miracle.
Dude, it's like the Magic. They were, we
Ran
talk
out of
about this.
magic.
You're right. They were iffy during the season. Then they went on that hot streak and they just went back to mid Magic. That's what I'm calling them, mid Magic.
Yeah.
The last 3 games.
It's like
Um,
they ran out of magic. It fizzled out, and they just couldn't put it together. Even in Game 7, they stayed remotely with it in the beginning of the half, but then Detroit came out of that second half and just took off, and they never let go.
Dude, you're right. And then when they were up 3-1 and up 22 at halftime to close it out, how do you not close that out? And then you score 11 points in the third and 8 points in the fourth quarter. 19. That's
That's nothing
records.
but that's I think the only thing that I can attribute to that is the lack of experience, because that whole team is young. They're new to this is only their second year in the playoffs since I think the Dwight Howard era.
Yeah.
So it's
Yo,
they're
but
young.
24 shots in a row is crazy.
Like, you didn't score nothing.
Like me, you could go out there and shoot from half court 24 times
I'm
and
not,
probably get
I'm gonna
one.
make one.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my goodness. I can't believe
and
20. They kept
and then
counting
because
up.
I know not having Wagner hurt, because
Right.
that's offense. That's a bucket that you don't have. But it's like
You're up
you stayed with
22.
it.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Like that for that first that half game, you were up 22 at half. You could beat them.
And then what makes it worse? As soon as you lose the series, you fire your head coach.
No. Which
So it's
is
like
the thing is if they close that series out, he gets probably he's
he probably
not
gets an
fired for sure.
extension.
Extension. That's what I'm trying to
He's getting
say.
an extension.
That's
Because
one
again,
game.
you're going in, if you're the eighth seed and you're the coach of the eighth seed, not only did you win two play-in tournament games to make it
Right.
into the playoffs, then you beat the number one seed in the Eastern Conference.
It doesn't
Buddy,
matter.
let's build.
It doesn't matter after that. You
Like, you
extend
did
that guy.
something.
Right.
You have momentum, but now it's like you blew a 3-1 lead.
I, I have a bunch of buddies in Orlando, and they were texting me at halftime. They were giving me because my dad's from up in Detroit, and
Yeah.
he we're Pistons fans, but they were giving me so much crap, man, at halftime. I just kept my mouth shut, and I flipped on them at the end. I was like, "Y'all blew that lead. Y'all missed 20 for y'all breaking all the records." I
Like, it was
can't believe it.
crazy.
Cade's
I'm
back
like,
to himself though. Whew.
I'm not mad at the Magic, because I feel like, again,
What do you expect
Detroit
from right?
Detroit's the better team. Granted, they didn't look like it at first,
Right. But then
but they showed us why they're the number one seed, and they came back and pulled it off in what Boston should have done.
exactly.
You
They
know what I'm
should,
saying?
yeah, they were up. That's what's crazy. But
But
Cade's
it was a
back
good
to,
series, though. Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I was like, dude, they can't go out like this to the
Because what he
Magic.
had, 30 something points, 12 assists or something. It said that's the first Pistons to do, I think, more than 20 points and 12 assists since Isaiah Thomas
That's
in a
crazy.
game seven.
That's how long they haven't been here.
That's that's a long time.
I know. I mean, he averaged 27 points per game in the series, 6 to 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. So I mean,
I'm like, he's carrying that team without a shadow of a doubt. And
40,
whatever
45 in game five.
Duran needs to play, the way he played Sunday is the way that he needs to play against the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're playing right now, actually. And
And
Tobias Harris.
this
He's
is
averaging over 20 points per game. Like what?
this is my issue with Tobias Harris, and it's not always bad.
Right.
He is a very good player. I think most people don't value his presence on the floor. Like, he's a good shooter.
Yeah.
It's just I need him to be consistent, because I
And
know
he's
what he
not.
can be.
Right.
And I've seen it, especially when he was in Philly, and there was I think he was before that. Where was he at? The first time around in Detroit. His first time in
Yeah,
Detroit, he
he
was
was there
good.
first. Yeah.
And then it's just I think Tobias, I think as long as he stays consistent and he's playing like this, but it's going back to like what we said last time. If your role players are coming off the bench and they're not helping contribute off the bench, it's going to be hard for the starters to carry everything. Because if I need to take Cade out for a break, or I need to take what's the twins brother's name?
A star.
Asar, if I need to take two of my big guys out,
Right.
and I got my rotation in here, is my bench going to be able to sustain the level of offense and the consistency of this offense and control the defense, control the pace. So that way, when my guys are taking breaks and they come back in, it's like nothing's. We're not skipping steps here.
And you don't have to worry about anything, right? Like
Right.
you don't have to worry about getting a 10-point lead, bringing Kate out, them cutting the lead to two, anything
And
like that.
and now I got it. Hey, I know I said I was gonna give you 5 minutes, but I need you back in after three real quick because these
Right.
boys don't. These boys don't let the lead go.
Or yeah, yeah, I
And
agree with that.
so,
I mean, they're playing ball now. That's the early season Pistons or whole regular season Pistons.
listen. But I think if they continue to play the way that they're playing, the way that they ended with the Magics, they have to keep that same momentum
Yeah.
going into this Cavaliers season. Again, I don't trust James Harden. I don't.
You've said that. Yeah.
I don't. Um, I
Yeah.
don't
Well,
think. I think in Game 7 of against the
the
Raptors
Raptors.
in halftime, by halftime, James Harden only shot 3 times,
I know that's crazy.
and Donovan Mitchell only shot 9 times.
It's
That can't
you
happen.
can't have. Yeah, you're not gonna win the games like that. They got. I think. Did you text? Did you message me? About the Raptors
The
or
Cavaliers.
Cleveland?
No, I said Cavaliers are unserious.
Yes, and I was like, I can't believe they're winning this game.
Like I don't understand. Like just even just now, just watch the stats on the games right now. Just 3 quarters in, Mobley 4, Mitchell 17. Harden only has 9 off of 2 of 8. Jarrett Allen only has 2 points, 1 of 4, and Dean Wade only has 5, 2 of 3. Like, and then Donovan Mitchell has 17, but he's going off of 7 for 3 from the field with 3 for 7 off of 3.
Yep. And you
And
ain't playing the Raptors.
Max Strauss, Mobley, and Mitchell are the only players on double double right now.
Jeez. Yeah, Mobley, he got 14.
But then you got the Pistons right now.
Max
You got
Strus.
Stewart, you got Tobias, you got Cade, and you got Duncan, all in double-digit points.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking at that now. And see, that's the difference. That's what like I can't remember if
These
it was
boys is
them.
playing buckets. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, Isaiah Stewart, he has 10, and then Jenkins off the bench. Or sorry, never mind. I was looking at minutes, my bad. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like
Like,
now,
but it's like, but even with your bench, they're not giving you everything, but they're still contributing, even with
right.
points, stats, rebounds. Like they're contributing. But your main guys that you want to get you buckets are getting you the buckets that you need, while the Cavaliers are doing what?
And another one. Jarrett Allen was huge in their last
Oh, he was
series
huge
in
game
game
7.
seven. He's got 2 points.
Huge.
2 points right now in the end of the
And
third
he
quarter.
2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, and that's it. This is supposed to be the anchor to your defense.
Coming off a 22 and 19 game. You
You're
can't
three
have
quarters
that,
in and you
man.
telling me you only got 1 rebound in 15
In,
minutes?
in one bucket. That's the and we talked about them last time, and you even said they're unserious, and this is just proving it. I can't. I mean, they're still only down by 4 somehow, some way. But
But I'm like, I think the only way Cleveland has a chance, James Harden has to wake up offensively.
yeah,
I get it that he's the point guard, he's a facilitator, but we need that James Harden with the Houston Rockets James Harden, who
yeah,
was not afraid to attack the basket. You have Donovan Mitchell and you have James Harden, two of the most isolation wise, like they are two of the best ISO players to ever play this game.
right.
And it's like, I get it, James Harden not as quick or not, but I feel like he could still
He's there for a
do.
reason. They brought him there for a reason, right?
Like I feel like you could still contribute. It's like 9 points in 3 quarters
No, you gotta have more than that. If you want to win, you gotta have more than that.
because the Pistons are showing up. They're offensively, they're showing up,
Yeah,
and it's like I don't know.
you you, you gotta score to keep up with them, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's
And,
like if Detroit keeps playing like this and they find a rhythm, the next moving on with this series, and the Cavaliers can't figure it out offensively, especially with Jarrett Allen, like even if he's not scoring points, I'm like you're
you gotta
one of
get
the biggest.
rebounds,
Do something, my guy.
something. And I
Like,
think, dude, I think Pistons they're in the driver's seat now with Boston being eliminated. If they can play like they,
how does James Harden have more rebounds than you?
I think everybody has more rebounds than him.
Everybody has more rebounds. Anybody that has meaningful. Max Strauss has
Right.
4 rebounds.
K. Ellis, 2 rebounds. Wade,
Like,
2.
I'm just saying.
Mobley, 7. Donovan Mitchell, 2.
And this is the thing. This is even what's more crazy. Detroit shooting 43% from the field right now. Terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should
The
be.
Cavaliers are shooting 50% from the field.
Cavs had a chance to come in here and win this game, and they're
Now,
blowing
granted, these free throws is ridiculous. They got 28. They've gone to the line 28 times to Cleveland's 9 as of right now.
it.
So that's clearly
Yeah,
helping them. But you're shooting 43% from the field right now, Detroit,
that's crazy.
and you're winning.
Yeah, you shouldn't even. Yeah, that's you shouldn't even have to worry about this team if you look at that. If you can pull, they're going back to how they were playing against the Magic. Just Magic
Mhm.
had the fire lit on. They had the momentum, so they were able to
Yeah.
capitalize on it. What's the last one in the East? Knicks.
Knicks and the Hawks.
Another game seven,
The
bro.
Knicks woke up. The Knicks woke up after Game 4, and they said,
They
"Like,
look
you're done."
beastly, dude. They look
This
good.
they said, "This is done. We're done playing around with our food. We're gonna eat you guys up alive." And that's exactly what they did. They said, "Go home."
And now they don't even have to go through Boston.
No, and it's like that last game against Atlanta utterly
Bro.
destroyed them,
Dude,
140-89.
in a
Like, that is
playoff game.
embarrassing.
In a playoff game. And it wasn't a one or two
And
seed.
you lost like that at home,
That's
Atlanta.
crazy.
You had to go home to that. I didn't expect them to play. I expected them to win, right? But
Right.
as dominant as New York came these last 2 games, especially in Game 6, like, OG came out and played
Bro.
lights out. 11, 14, 29 points, and then you had
That
Mike
is
Mikal Bridges 10 for 12 for 24 points. And it's just everybody. And then again, Carl Anthony Towns with another
dude.
triple double.
I know. He's
Like,
averaging a double double and then including a triple double.
this man, granted, he went 1 for 4,
Yeah.
but he went 10 for 10 on the free throw line. So that's where majority of his points came from. But still though,
You
like,
get
he
fouled.
was efficient. He was
Right.
efficient. He was plus or minus, he was plus 36 in Game 6.
Right.
So he was
When
he was
he's on the floor, they're
he's
winning.
doing it. He's doing what he's supposed to. And to say that you helped close out this game and got a triple double, and then just like you barely even really needed your bench.
And then you
Like,
got
your
Josh
starting
Hart.
five.
Right. That, I mean, yeah, that's all they really needed.
I
Josh
feel
Hart, they're calling him the
Oh yeah.
hustle player. The hustle player.
Right.
Defensive dude. He's balling right now too.
And this is what's crazy because Josh Hart is smaller than Mikal Bridges, but they got Mikal Bridges slotted at the guard
I
and Josh
know.
Hart as a forward.
I don't
But whatever.
understand. They said
It's
he's
working though.
yeah,
Whatever works.
they said he's one of the best rebounding and defensive machines out there. There that he
Listen,
hustles.
if it works, it works.
That's why we ain't coaching, I guess.
But that Game 6 was lopsided as all could be. Like, in the first quarter alone, the fact that in your first half you had 83 points in the first half in Game 6 against the Hawks. You had 83 points in the first
That's
half.
so bad, man.
Just
Or sorry, that's so bad defensively. Sorry,
83 points
you weren't
in
missing
one
either.
half.
That's crazy. You get you can't even like. I mean, most people don't. Most teams don't even score that in 3 quarters.
Roughly three, maybe going into the fourth quarter, you're sniffing 80 points.
Right.
You sniffed points before you went to the middle of the game.
Right. They didn't even have to play the second half. What would they end up Hawks end up with? Like 80.
140 to, like, they barely outscored the Knicks as a team in Atlanta
Right.
in just one half.
Half. I know that's what I'm saying. Like, golly. That's insane basketball. I didn't get to see that game. I don't know if it was just bad defense or they were just clicking. and I think it's they're just clicking.
It was just all bad. It was just all bad. And
Oh,
they should be ashamed of themselves.
oh yeah.
But the Knicks right now, they even going into game one against Philly, but we'll get to that in a second. Sorry.
No, you're
But
good.
all these games, even all four of these series were fully entertaining.
100%, I agree.
Fully entertaining.
Because that was the three game sevens all in the East,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, that does that show how dominant the West is, though? The top seeds, or
Minus
does that
Denver.
show? Yeah, yeah, we'll get to that. Hey, let's go
But
into
yeah,
that right now,
Minnesota coming in and just mollywopping
dude.
Denver. With
Without Edwards and freaking DiVincenzo, even just
like
without Edwards,
like
that's crazy.
and that is what you want out of your depth. So
Right.
when you lose your star player and one of your key point guard, one of your key facilitators, and you lose somebody like that, somebody steps up and takes over and does what they're supposed to do. And so now they have momentum going into the next round because now you can be like, well, we lost Ant for the last two games, but that didn't matter because my guy stepped up.
And it wasn't against no scrub team. It's against the Denver
And,
Nuggets.
and this is again, this you're the 6th seed playing the 3 seed. And in any sport, any sports fanatic, anybody that's played sports, been coached in sports, or coaches sports will always say, when you lose your key player, what is the one line they always say? Next man up.
Next. I said that next man up mentality. That's what they had.
Next man up.
And half the time, that next man up don't work, but when it does,
It
you
looks
just keep on
beautiful.
moving. Yep.
And
It
so
makes the
like
team look
they
good, makes the freaking
yes.
coach look good. Heavy like
And
Julius Randle. Oh,
and as a coach, you feel good because one, your players are doing what they're been coached to do all year long, and that mentality is like, hey, yeah, we lost our all-star, our leader, our guy, but hey, we still got to rally up and get this thing done. Not only did you finish out the game without him, but then you ended up closing the series
right.
without him.
Not knowing when he's coming back. And
Like
they could have laid down easily and
that is a
chalk the
scary team to
season.
play.
I know,
That's a
dude.
scary team to play when you at a team like that, when you lose your offensive weapon and still are able to pull off a series win against one of the arguably one of the contenders to win it all in the whole NBA.
Right.
You arguably have one of the best centers to ever show up on a court in NBA history, a 3-time MVP.
And then Jamal Murray giving him the paired up with them.
Like you guys are arguably one of the best teams in the playoffs year in and
100%
year out. And you lost 4-2 to the 6th seed Timberwolves
without their star player.
without their star player to end the series.
Dude,
You can't script that any way else.
no,
Like
no.
that is as good as it can get.
And what was the triangle you were talking about?
The who?
The
Oh, the
triangle?
triangle. Yeah. OKC needed Denver to win so that way Denver could play San Antonio. San Antonio loses to Denver and Denver loses to OKC. That's out the window.
It changes everything now.
Because
It
now you
changes
got San
everything.
Antonio playing a very hungry Minnesota team that has nothing to lose and
No,
everything to win.
they should have been home. They could
They
have
have
laid down,
nothing to
chalked it
prove.
up. Yep,
San Antonio, you are the favorite in this series, and Timberwolves are by far the underdog in the San Antonio Minnesota series.
100,000%, dude.
So it's like the pressure is more on San Antonio than it is Minnesota. So Minnesota's coming into this thing talking about, oh, y'all think we're not good enough? Did y'all not just see what we did to the Nuggets? Did y'all forget? Poke my
And
beard.
well, I know we'll get into it, but they're
I'm
also
just
a 1-0
saying.
lead. This is
Minnesota
crazy.
came in there talking about, hey, we got our guy back. What do you got? You got, and don't get me wrong, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 12 block triple double by Wemby, which if you can
It's
pull off a triple
stupid.
double with blocks,
We were
That
talking
is
about we were going crazy over him almost pulling out a triple double with
and he
Russ, and
did
then he
it.
got two over. He gets 12.
Say, oh, I missed it by one. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get three more just to make sure I get it.
Golly,
So
man.
I'm like, and all in a losing effort, and only you only lost by 5 points or
Yep.
9 points. I think it
Two.
was 9 points.
No, wait. Last night, two.
Last was it 2 points?
It says 104, 102. Like, come on.
2 points. Like, and
And
the Spurs players, they showed up for the most part. Like they
right.
they they weren't terrible. Now, De'Aaron Fox, I'm gonna need you to shoot better. 5 of 14, Wemby 5 of 17. I'm gonna need you to work that out.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not about to just say that Minnesota has this in the park because San Antonio
No.
still has the X factor. They got Wemby, which
Right.
you
Dude,
only lost
he
by 2.
every time I watch him play, I swear I've never like he gets better. Like I don't understand how he can get better, but he does.
And
Or
it's
he
like
does
he's
something
only
crazy.
right, and you're only 2 years into the league,
I
and this is
know,
how you're playing.
bro. I'm telling you that
It's only
dude.
going to get better from here for him.
I said it last time. He's gonna be like the way we were talking about LeBron 10
And
years ago,
imagine
up and
people
coming.
wanting to play. Imagine San Antonio becoming what Golden State is, and people are signing veteran minimum deals to come play with them just to because they know their chances of winning a ring with San Antonio right now are
Or
super
so
high.
high. Yeah. Because you got win. I mean, you can keep Wimby on the team, get rid of four of your starters, bring four new in, and I still think you have a chance.
Because it's Wemby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it don't matter who you
Like,
pair that dude with.
who's like he got a
Nope.
triple double off blocks.
It, I, he's gonna get a quadruple double one of these days because I mean
Like,
he had 5 assists too.
that's what I'm saying.
Like that's
Like, it's
crazy.
only a matter of time at this point
Playing
before
40
that happens.
minutes. Don't even give the man a break. Oh
So I think
man.
I'm not counting Minnesota as the favorite, but
Mhm.
again, this was one hell of a game. Um, as I've called him a few times, MJ's son, aka Anthony Edwards. He came back and he said, I might
Mhm.
not be I might not be 100% back, but 18
Unacceptable.
points,
Dude.
I'm gonna take it.
He
You know what I'm saying? But not Rudy
man,
Gobert with your punk self. These
Rudy
centers ain't
Gobert.
nothing, man. Why is y'all not shooting the ball? At least he got his rebounds, so I'll give him that.
But here you go with the Timberwolves talking about the next man up. Anthony Edwards come back. One, two, three. Two people off the bench still, or so. And Edwards came off the bench
Yeah.
last night. It says, but even Reed, Nas Reed with 12 points off the bench. Randall McDaniel's, Conley, Shannon Jr. all more
Like
than
they
12 or more.
contributed.
Like, yeah, that's what you
Everybody
got to do.
contributed. And it's like, again, the rotation, because this is the thing, you got 7 players in a rotation, right? You got your five and then one, two, wait, no, two, four, yeah, 7 people. And then you got Clark and Highland every now and then. But for the most part, you have your seven. Usually, most teams have 7 to 8 rotational players. You got your 5 starters, and then your 3 that you trust to rotate in and out of throughout the game.
Right.
As long as your 7 to 8 line is functioning and they're smooth and they're moving like butter without any hesitation, you stand a chance. But again, do not let Wemby get hot because the moment Wemby gets hot,
You can't stop
you're
him.
cooked.
Yeah. You were talking about Rudy Gobert with 7 points. 12 of his shots got blocked. I'm just kidding.
At least a few of them.
I mean,
And then
yeah,
he's 1 for 5 from the free throw. The man just garbage from the free throw line.
bro. If T Wolves had a center, they'd be
Uh,
dangerous. I mean, they're still dangerous, but
yeah. They both shot terrible from the field.
yeah,
They both San Antonio shot 27 from 3-point line. That was terrible. Their free throw percentage for Minnesota 57% from free throw.
bro. See, that's what happened to the Magic, dude.
That's
That's
wild.
crazy.
And you only won by you could have easily won by at least 10 points,
I think so
maybe
too.
12.
You can't do, and especially against the Spurs, you can't have that game again like
You
that.
went 57% from free throw.
That's bad.
That's terrible.
That's bad. I think me and you's doing better than that.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm gonna be perfect, but
No, 57 in the NBA. Oof.
OKC destroyed Phoenix. We knew that was gonna happen. There was no
Yeah,
point in.
they look. I mean,
They
they're
look.
playing the Lakers right now, up 10.
I'm not worried about
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that game. Everybody knew that was coming. We
the
said,
Lakers playing Houston. I think Kevin Durant's already got rumors out that he's
yeah,
asking for a trade again.
shocker.
At this point, boy,
Like,
just
where are
go
you gonna
home.
be happy? You might as well just stop. Just go
Just
do
go
what you want.
home.
Yeah,
Just go home.
go play pickup
Like,
games. Be happy. Play when you want with whoever you want.
let's see how many teams he's played for in his career since leaving OKC.
I'm gonna see Suns,
So he's
Warriors,
played
four.
for the Thunder. He
Yep.
played for the Warriors,
Yeah.
Nets, Suns, and now Rockets. And now he's allegedly rumored to be looking for a new team this offseason. That'll be team number one, two, three, team number 5 since leaving the Thunder.
See, that's crazy to me, man. Like, and
And
that's what made.
you're 37 and you turn 38 this September.
And we were talking about the Rockets gave up a lot for him, and like you were
And
saying, why? It's
this is the
exactly
thing.
what happens.
This is the crazy thing. So I was looking up stats from last year's Rockets to this year's Rockets. Top 10 defense last year. Top 10 defense. Same defense. Didn't get better. They won, I think, 54 games last year. And I think they won, if I'm not mistaken, I think they won, how many games did they win this year? 52 games. So you didn't get better.
Man,
And you gave up your young core for one person.
for one
And again,
season, maybe.
and this is the thing. I love Kevin Durant. I
Right.
love him.
Great player.
Love the guy. I will defend that man. He is a champion. I don't care what they say. I don't care that he left OKC to go to Golden State. This is a business. At the end of the
Right.
day, you're for any business, any person that goes for business, if you have a company that's not treating you right, and there's one across the street that's willing to pay you the same, and you have a better opportunity to get better and get all the accolades that you're looking for at your current job. You're not going to jump
Go.
ship.
Every person here, every person walking would
Like,
be
I don't
saying,
care if you want to say he's a cop out, he's a wuss. Hey, you call him whatever you want. Just make sure you say 2-time NBA champion next to it.
that's it. Exactly. He's done it.
Okay,
He's
but this
done
is
it.
nuts. You gave up your young team for a 37-year-old man
Yeah,
that
that's
only
crazy to
played
me.
two, I think one, maybe two games in your playoff series against the Lakers.
And then requesting a trade allegedly, and your own core is gone. I
And
mean,
what do you expect to get back for Kevin Durant at 37 years old?
you ain't gonna
What
get
do
what
you
you
think a
gave.
team's going to give you?
Not what you gave. I promise you that. I can't believe it either. Because
I'm
I mean,
like,
you can't get that much for him. I know he's
what?
Kevin Durant, but like you
He's a
said,
shooter.
the
But again, he's
teams,
about to be 38 years old by the time the season starts.
right? So what? Two more
You got 2,
years?
maybe 3 years out of him.
Yeah. Well, that's
Will
probably
he
what the
be will he
Rockets
be
thought.
efficient? Right. If will he be efficient? Probably. But
Right.
can you count on him to carry your team to an NBA championship? I
Probably.
haven't seen it.
No. That's good.
I haven't seen
I'm
it.
right there with you on that one. And that was, I mean, I think a lot of people were picking. I mean, the Lakers, bro. They had
You didn't have Luca or
Luca.
AR the
I
whole
know.
series.
Like what? That I don't know. I think a lot of people were counting the Lakers out. I know I said it. I mean,
It was tough.
4-2.
Now,
And
do the Lakers have a chance against OKC? Hell no.
no, that OKC might win 4-0 again. To be honest, Lakers might sneak one,
I
but
think I think I think it might be a gentleman's sweep. I think
yeah,
they might get
might
one.
get one.
But I think it's going to be in LA. I don't think OKC gives up home court.
No, They ain't doing no
but if this goes to 6 games, I would be surprised.
say
But
let them get one and then close them out.
yeah, out of the 4 series that are left, I think the one that's going to be the most exciting to watch, honestly, is going to be Minnesota and San Antonio.
Agreed. Because now San Antonio's down one.
And you got to
That's
win
what's
this
the
next one
oh
because you don't want to go back to Minnesota down 2.
dude. It, if Minnesota wins this next game, they, they could win 4-0. I don't even want to
If
say
they
that. That sounds like terrible. Like that sounds weird to say, but I they could win 4-0 if they win this
But
next game.
this is the crazy thing you got to understand. Minnesota, this is the same team last year, or was it last year or the year before, went to the Western Conference Finals against
Yeah,
Don Luca, in
yeah.
Dallas. And so this team is still pretty much that same team. So it's not to say that they can't compete with OKC, but if they could beat San Antonio, even though they're the least experienced left out of the Western Conference, right? Let's say they end up finding a way to beat San Antonio in this
Okay.
series. Let's say 5-1, and they got to face OKC in the Western Conference Finals. A 6 seed going up against the number 1 team, arguably the favorite at this point to win it all, and the defending champions.
After that run would be insane.
And you just demolished Denver.
Denver.
You demolished San Antonio, and now you're going. You beat the
That's
three
the three
seed.
best teams in the league.
You beat the 3 seed, the 2 seed, and possibly now you could beat the 1 seed as the 6 seed
Bro,
in the playoffs.
that's a run like and not just any 3 seed or 2 seed.
Like these are
Denver and
arguably
San
2 of the best teams outside of OKC in the West.
100%.
Arguably,
Yeah. In the whole everywhere.
even in the NBA.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's tough. That's tough. That's probably that would probably go down as one of the best runs in NBA history. The toughest and best. Right?
That would be
I think it
intense.
has to, right?
Like that would be.
That's 3 MVPs in a row. Well, Wemby's not yet, but he will be. That you
I'm
beat.
like, but like to say that you went through a 3-time MVP and an
Yeah.
NBA Finals MVP
Yeah.
with Joker, and you didn't do it like lightly. You beat them 4-2
And without your best player.
in the last 2.5 games of that series, right? Then you go to San Antonio and you beat arguably the future face of this league, one of
Yep.
the most stout defensive player, the youngest player to win DPOY, and could possibly be the youngest player to win MVP in NBA history, possibly,
Possibly.
right?
Has a
With
good
one
has a
of the
good
has a good team, has one of the greatest young coaches right now playing in one of the greatest organizations in the league right now.
yep.
And then you go if you beat this franchise, now you're going to go play OKC, the defending champions, arguably the best team in the playoffs in the league for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, by far.
You have the reigning MVP.
Dude.
You have Chet Holmgren came in second in voting for Defensive Player of the Year.
That
If I think if
there's
they're
no
if
there's no way.
If Minnesota pulls this off, right? If Minnesota pulls this off, and let's say they win the championship this year, if they're able to pull this off,
Dude.
the only run that I can say compares to the level of just sheer, just you went through powerhouse after powerhouse after powerhouse that's left would be the 2011 Dallas Mavericks.
With Dirt.
With Dirk, when they went to LA, they went to San Antonio, they went to OKC when they had Harden, Russell, and
KD.
and KD, and then you came back 2-0 down 0-2 against Miami Heat.
Yeah. That is
Like that is nuts.
dumb. That's dumb. That's old Dirk.
You know how many Hall of Famers he went through?
Yeah, I know. That is ridiculous.
So if Minnesota's able to somehow win the NBA Finals and win the championship this year with being the trajectory of who are they going to face all the way to the NBA Finals, because if you look at who they would possibly play in the NBA Finals, the only one that's scary to me would be the Knicks.
Right.
So
Because Pistons are beatable. We've seen that.
76ers is beatable. Cleveland is beatable. New York seems like right now to be like the heavy team coming out the East.
I
But let's
agree.
say, and just sit here with me for a minute. Let's just ponder on this.
You
If the
really, I know what you're
Knicks
about to
play
say.
the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA Finals, you know what that means, right?
What?
Cat, Julius
Oh
Randle
my
are playing their
God.
old teams.
Oh my gosh. That's
So that
right.
raises the storyline
Oh,
even
what if
more.
you lose? What if all this? Oh my gosh. Dude, that's crazy. And both of them are big parts of these teams. Uh-oh. Were they on the same trade?
Yes,
Oh my
they
God.
were they were traded for each other.
I I just think now I will say if the Timberwolves go through Denver, Spurs, and OKC and they end up losing the finals, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I was just saying this
That's going to be heartbreaking.
because yeah, it is. Now, if they get worn out, if this goes to game seven, if Thunder goes to game seven, they win. I mean, that's a lot of games. But if you can beat them, bro, you can't tell me any. If you can beat
You
them, I
have to
don't think
have the
anybody's scared.
mentality.
Right.
You beat three of the arguably the best teams, not only in your conference, but
In the
arguably
NBA.
probably in the league, right?
Right.
And you beat them, whether it's in 6 games, 7 games, or not. Your mind has to be like,
We
we are the
did
best team in the
it.
league.
Oh, 100%. You are the best team in the league. I, I, I wonder what
You can't
percent chance
convince
that
me
is.
otherwise. I
No.
don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to see if that when that day comes, if that day even
I think if they lose last night, though, we're not even talking about even this conversation.
no.
But the fact that they went and won the first game, it's crazy.
Let me
You got
see.
you did you have Boston the last time we spoke when I asked you who coming
I
out of the
did,
East?
I
So
did, I
who are
did.
you picking now? I
I don't
think we
know.
both
Well,
did, honestly.
as of
Dude,
right now, Minnesota has a 22 to 3,000 odds. So they're the fifth best team with the fifth odds to win the
and
NBA
three of those
Finals
teams
right now.
above them are
OKC, San Antonio, the Knicks are the top three teams.
okay.
So Detroit rounds up the top
Okay.
four.
Right.
But like you said, Philly, Cleveland, and Detroit, I don't think they could just arguably just go in there and just beat Minnesota right now.
No, no, I don't think so either.
But let's say that you already knocked out Denver Nuggets, and then if you knock out San Antonio, which is the second favorite team, and then you knock out OKC, which is by arguably the
The
favorite team
first,
left.
your favorite. Your favorite in that championship series. I don't care what odds makers make it. You're favored. You're the number one team in basketball.
Minnesota could pull off probably one of the best playoff
Dude,
runs in history
that's
if
what
they
I'm
find
saying.
a way to win the championship.
I'm telling you, man.
That would be insane. Imagine if somebody bet right now $1,000 on Minnesota to win the NBA Finals.
You said they're plus
What
three
kind
to
of
win 30,000
plus 3,000 and you put 1,000 down?
plus 30,000.
Like that would be
And
an
they're up
insane month.
1-0. It ain't the beginning. They were probably plus 3,500, 4,000 before the first game. That's
Like
what's
you're up
crazy.
3,000 right now. You're plus 3,000 odds. Like they don't like
That's like a no
that's
chance.
like you're not favorable.
Nobody's
And this is and
betting on
this
them.
and this is the thing. This is plus 3,000 with one game up on San Antonio. This is
Right.
already accounting
I
that you're
know.
up one.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy. Like they're saying they have no chance, the odds makers. Like zero.
Basically the Knicks are at plus 850. Detroit is a gap. It's plus 1,600. So it's like there's not. It's like it's a distance
Right.
after the Knicks.
Yeah, double. Ugh, that's so bad. Dude, so what is the Thunder?
The Thunder are at 170 plus 175.
It was Spurs like three something,
450 plus 450.
450. So that I mean that is saying, bro, like how do
Like
you
there's
not
gaps.
take the Thunder? I don't. That's why every time I look at that crap, I'm like, dude, Thunder's not losing a 7 game
My
series.
best friend, he's a Thunder fan, and he's been just
Oh,
talking crap
a guy in
every day.
Orlando, one of our buddies in our group chat, he is too.
He's just been
Shaq.
just talking all day. And I'm like, stop talking to me, Michael.
But
It's like, yeah,
at
I
the
just want to
same
let you know
time,
that
it's
my,
like
my Thunder are up. I know they're up.
we all know before the game starts, you Thunder's up.
We know. Thank you.
So you picking the Knicks come out of the East and
I think the Knicks come out the East, and I think it's hard to bet against OKC.
I'm taking the Timberwolves. So if this comes true, I'm saying it right now. I'm taking the Timberwolves. I'm
That would
gonna
be
call it.
that would be nuts.
Yeah. Dude, let's just think about this for a minute. Boston lost their series in round one. Let's just
Anything
think
is
about this.
possible.
They 76ers. Joel Embiid fell off the map, and then now he's risen.
Like you have
Maxi's a
no
dog, though.
shot.
No.
Like their odds to win the
Oh,
NBA Finals, the Philadelphia Sixers, is plus 66,
yeah,
6,600.
and that's in the East, so that just shows if they're in the West, like,
And the Lakers are the next worst team at plus 3,500. So even seventh and eighth, the gap is just ridiculous.
the crazy thing is though, is Lakers are barely a gap with Timberwolves, and Timberwolves
Barely.
are by far way better than the Lakers, but it's just the run they have to go on.
I think I would love to see Minnesota make this Cinderella run
Oh my
happen.
gosh. I
I
mean,
would love to see it.
you never see this in NBA either. What we're seeing right now,
Not this exciting.
bro, round one, Boston losing. If Pistons would have lost, this would have been the most upsets I've ever seen in the first round
If
of
the
NBA.
Pistons would have lost, you would be watching the Cavaliers play the Magic right now.
To go to the Eastern
To
semifinals.
go, well, that's the semifinals to go. You got the Cavaliers
Wait,
playing. No, this is
no,
the semis right now.
they
So
would be going
the
to the Eastern
Cavaliers.
finals. Bro, come on.
Now imagine if the Magic and the Wolves made the finals as an eighth seed and a sixth seed. That would have been bananas.
It, oh my gosh, it's like that halftime for the Magic, and I'm glad they
Those
did because
what
I
if
like the
moments.
you like what happened? They scored 60 in the first half of that game after being up 3-1, and they just looked like they've never played basketball before in their life.
It's like what is it?
And then it
The
happened to be three
monster
games.
the Monstars touched the basketball and they lost all their powers on off
They
of NBA
shrinked
Jam.
up. Yep.
It's like, and they lost all the juice because
It literally was like that. Played phenomenal through the first four
we
games, go
literally could have
3-1
had a Cavaliers Magic series
to go
real easy.
to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Real easy. That
You,
could have been a thing.
we were half away.
We were right there.
You're up 22
It
at
was this
halftime.
close.
Let me see one last thing. I want to see what their percent chance to win that game was. At halftime, they had a 98% chance to win.
Well, Pistons took game one,
Yeah,
111 to.
game six at halftime, they had a 98% chance to win at halftime, and then still a 97% chance to win the end of the third quarter. After, I mean,
That makes absolutely no
bro,
sense.
we're halfway through the third quarter, whatever it was. That's
That makes
crazy to me.
absolutely zero sense.
They probably broke 5 records that game.
And not the ones you want to
Lowest
win.
amount of points playoff half, 1 quarter 8, biggest lead given up. we can keep going. Like I don't even know. Like that's crazy.
I think between Boston choking a 3-0 lead and Miami and then Magic just disappearing those last three games. I don't I don't know what do you call that? I still got Boston's collapse as just the most
No, that's
craziest thing so
I
far.
agree.
But Magic being up 3-1, I think that has to be right there as far as just as like what the heck just happened?
I
What
think
did
the
I
only
just witness?
and then I think the only thing that can beat Boston's collapse is Timberwolves going on this run. That's how bad Boston's collapse is. That's the craziest thing
I
that could
believe that's
probably
the
ever
only thing that
happen.
can happen. I think you're
That's
right.
crazier. But man, I appreciate you coming on again. That was fun.
Always, always, it's a pleasure. I always have fun. I can't wait to see what these second rounds look like. Because
Uh,
if it's anything what we got in the first round, I hope the Sorry, Magic. I hope the Magic continues.
Not the mid magic.
No, but I'm excited to see. You know, you got the Knicks up, you got Detroit up. Knicks beat the crap out of the Sixers. Detroit handed them a loss, but Minnesota getting that first win on San Antonio, that's big confidence for Minnesota. I'm excited to see what the rest of these NBA
Lakers down by
playoffs.
7 right now. Now,
Anything is possible.
yeah, at this point we've
Anything is
seen.
possible.
But all right, thanks to everyone watching. Make sure you go like, comment, subscribe. First giveaway at 100 subscribers. So let's get there, guys. Uh, share this with a few friends for me. If you think you know ball too, I know we didn't do the trivia challenge today, but next time you come on, I'll get you another chance at going
Get
100%
that
ball.
top spot
But
coming forward.
thanks again taking the time to come on, Paul. I'm sure we'll see you on here again. I love talking ball with you. Um, Other than that, see y'all at the window. Deuces.